back, bitches.
Boo.
You
I
mean
boo
yay.
this game. No, I mean boo.
You mean yay.
Because like I said, I will
Have
start...
to do with that one trouble.
I will start every recording with booing this game. Because I really don't like this game.
So you keep saying.
Because it's kind of stinky.
You're kind of stinky. A loser veg.
And this is one of the examples of the game still, even with the fixes being kind of stinky. The fast travel in Chapter 3 is nice. Well, not Chapter 3, Chapter 4 is nice, though basically irrelevant. This, because you have to go back to Hooktail's Castle, I feel like the game needed a more fast travel where you should have just started at Hooktail's Castle.
Anyway. Up we go.
Because
Bonky bonky.
I think I talked about this a bit in the original. I feel like the reason the game has a lot of backtracking is they realized if they didn't have backtracking, the game would have been too short back then, because this game was released back when people thought 80+ hour RPGs was a good idea.
Damn it, Grayson.
You know I'm right.
Okay.
This was back when an RPG had to be over like 50 hours, or it was seen as too short.
I keep forgetting this is 0.
Which is funny because now it has flipped where people complain that a game is 200+ hours. And people want a game to be like 15 hours or something.
So, Mowz said hidden in Hooktail's Castle.
Like I said, we have to go back to Hooktail's Castle, and this is where, like I said, well, the fast travel, you know, is nice.
I was gonna sneeze.
Also, what are you doing? Because we...
What?
You could have just used the one pipe. That's why I said,
What? This is faster. This is always faster.
But there's the pipe in the center of Rogueport now. You could have just jumped off the roof and ran over to the pipe in the center of Rogueport, go to the fast travel room, and then just go straight to...
The fast travel room pops out by... Oh, God damn it. Where do I want? The fast travel room pops out over the 1,000-year door. If I went down the fast travel, I would have to go up and pop out. Crossing and going down saved the pipe.
But my point, but that still shows my point.
Damn it. The fast travel room is not super inconveniently placed, but crossing the one way was like a little bit faster.
But my point is, if you could just say, like, open the polls menu and just jump to Hooktail, and like just jump to the castle entrance, we wouldn't be having this discussion. Because while the fast travel room is nice, I feel like that's something the game should have given you as an item that lets you from like any screen just warp there. Or at that point you got the fast travel room and instead you can just warp to areas from like the menu or something.
This little bit of backtracking is annoying, I can agree with that. Because Hooktail's Castle doesn't have any crazy fast travel that saves a lot of time, and that is unfortunate. And I can agree.
Because, like I said, I really do feel like the reason the game has such a fetish for backtracking is because it was from an era where people wanted games to be longer. Where now it's the exact opposite. People want a game to like actually be less than like 15 hours. It's fascinating to see the flip on that. And that is probably why they did pad the game out, but it leads to a lot of the game, you know, well, being padded. Like I said, Chapter 4, if it didn't have all the backtracking, would be too short. I'm pretty sure it would be the shortest chapter in the game at that point.
Basically. Thank you, Bump Attack. Chat? Damn it. We talked about this on GameCube and in this game.
Because Chapter 4, as much as I make jokes about it, is the one chapter where people were able to acknowledge its flaw. With all the backtracking.
Dang it.
Because it's 5 trips minimum if you know what to do, and that's only a minimum. If you don't know what to do, it is potentially way longer.
I'd wanted to make a note about Simplifier makes running away easier. I never explicitly said.
Because the running away is technically an action command.
Yes. Though the further we go, and it is interesting, just... Fuck you. The further we go, the more I learn about this game. In general... Oh, damn it. Like, people talking about the game constantly keep saying that the, multi-bounce is like a single frame and that you cannot increase it even with Simplifier. Though I keep landing it. For a 1 frame window, like...
So I'm going to assume y'all are just wrong.
Apparently, people digging in the code, it's
or
1
not,
frame.
Or, if not wrong, and I don't want to be this, like, I don't want to be this person, but it's one of those y'all are the types of motherfuckers that would do this. If it's not y'all are wrong, y'all are playing the game on an emulator with a 60 FPS patch cause you are that fucking desperate. That is honestly my theory to that.
Apparently it's 1 frame, and Simplifier apparently doesn't fix that.
That smells like some bullshit.
People have also said a lot of the action commands, Simplifier doesn't actually make simple.
So wait, what the fuck is the point of Simplifier anymore then if it doesn't make things simpler? Again, unless this is y'all or some shady Koopas and playing a game on a fucking emulator with like a 60 FPS patch.
From my understanding, what they did, the way people explain this, it's not that it doesn't work, it's that anything that would be deemed broken doesn't get simplified. So, like, a good example of what the fuck I'm talking about, it's like, jumping on a single enemy, that's too powerful. So they're not gonna let you simplify that, but you can...
Yeah, like Power Smash, that one would be affected.
Okay. Just how it works in the original. You just walk till you bump into nothing.
And
Give me that.
Hooktail's gone, so yeah, she dead.
She gone. No, again, I'm just saying what people have said. Apparently, Simplifier.
Until proven otherwise, I'm just going to assume you were some shady motherfuckers.
Jumping on a single enemy. Apparently, goddammit. That's apparently a 1 frame window, and on the 4th jump. And because it's a 1 frame window, apparently it is an unavoidable 1 frame window. And because it's an unavoidable 1 frame window, apparently Simplifier does not make it...
The Simplifier, does it still not make... Does it still make Super Guard?
Apparently no. Or so people keep bitching about.
Now again, that one, that's one I could understand, especially because you don't seem... Like, with Simplifier on, you haven't seemed to, like, get Super Guards more consistent, so I could believe that. The jump, again, I'm sorry, I don't believe, because you've gotten that too consistently for being a, like, 1 frame window.
it doesn't affect...
Unless because the game is at 30
Now,
FPS.
the thing is, I don't mind having the simplifiers on to make certain action commands, like, really fucking free.
Cool.
Because it helps with running away and other stuff in case it comes up.
I don't know if this is something that was changed or not. Lip Lock with Flurry was a move that, if I remember correctly, I think it was with Simplifier, you could just hold down the button and you would, like, get it every time.
Almost. Just screwed up the timing when I tried the Lip Lock. That one
Was
time.
that before you had the Simplifier equipped?
That was before, yes.
Yeah.
No, because I forgot how it worked and I mistimed it.
So for things like that, keeping it there is still good. Though I have to question then, did Unsimplifier, did it, like... Did Unsimplifier do, like, the same thing where it doesn't affect certain moves or because it made things harder? Is it, like, still unchanged?
I haven't looked into that.
Because I would assume for consistency, it's going to be the same, but it's also there to make things harder, though I kind of feel like, much like Mario and Luigi, Simplifier and Unsimplifier, I actually feel like should have affected the damage of moves. Meaning, like, Unsimplifier, for making it harder, you squeeze more damage out.
All it does is affect the...
Yeah, all they do is affect the star points.
Which, in this game, or... God damn it, I can't... I'm trying to say something, we're on again. Which people are also bitching about, because this game, well, no, not star points, the, like, appeal energy.
I think the English manual or something called the special things star power.
People are already bitching that this game has a slightly modified... Damn it. This game has a slightly modified, I hate the jumping in this game. What's that in the... Wait, there we go. The stars you earn, scratching an edge, are already slightly different in this game. And they sort of nerfed a lot of the overall points you would earn. So certain purists get really...
Though I can understand that, because certain skills were kind of ridiculous in the original. Like, because it doesn't have a guaranteed success rate against everything, Clock Out was only like 1 or 2 points in the original. And I'm pretty sure that's still the case here. It's like super cheap.
You're super cheap.
Oh. And so if something has a high weakness to stop, or an okay weakness, because I'm adding that like 10 or 20%, it's actually pretty good.
I'm going to do the weirdest thing. Since we're down here, I'm going to go to the 1,000-year door, advance the plot, and then go talk to Mowz. People are already complaining, so a lot of people are like, the Simplifier and Unsimplifier are just not worth it.
Vivian has a back sprite. Why is the game not using it here? Why is everyone... Oh, wait, the Yoshi's also not using the back sprite.
Because they're not turned around. They're forward-facing.
Because they're on the sides.
Yeah.
Weird. I guess realizing that Yoshi's doing it as well, it's less weird now.
Whoever's on the sides are forward-facing. They're not using the back sprite. Anyway, let's advance the plot, and then I'll finish the quest. People have said, apparently, Simplifier doesn't work how it used to because a few action commands apparently are not simple if you have it on to try and kind of keep you from breaking the game without completely making those strategies horrible. But that's the funny thing, it is just the fourth jump that makes the oh, god damn it. No, I'm trying to say. It's the fourth jump that's the single frame thing.
Almost like they realized that Danger Mario can beat anything in the game in like a maximum of 4 jumps.
But that leads to a funny thing. Oh, bone chilling. Sadly, it does seem to be consistent with what I've uncovered. What did you find out? Rather long, so you better listen well. Are you ready? And you there in front of the screen, you listen up too. That's a line change. That's not what he said in the original.
What did he say in the original?
He said TV.
Because you could be playing in handheld.
Exactly.
They made it screen.
Yeah. Because you could be playing in a handheld and calling it a screen is not incorrect. You might not be if you're playing. God damn it. If you said TV and you're in handheld, that's not a TV. Is someone pile drive your head or what? Oh, I don't see any screens here, Professor Poindexter. I'll finish my thought. Oh, never mind. Don't worry about such trivial details. Just listen. Great cataclysm that destroyed the city which once stood here may as well refer to the demon. 7 crystal stars were actually created by the monster. That thing used the power of the crystal stars to control the world. According to legend, the demon was defeated in the end by 4 heroes. If only the beast's physical form was destroyed, its spirit could not be eradicated.
By 4 heroes of light.
Yes! So the heroes used the crystal stars with the soul from the demon. So this wicked spirit in the Palace of Shadow locked behind the 1,000-year door. From that, I gather crystal stars cannot distinguish good from evil. I'll jump back to my other point in a second. Until they're united, resurrect the demon.
Though this is the Final Fantasy 1 speedrun world, so the 4 heroes are just 4 warriors. Isn't that the most optimal strategy?
I believe so, yeah.
Because it's the highest. I believe it if you're doing the original NES or Famicom.
Because of their natural physical strength, I think you only do warriors.
And half the game doesn't work.
Yeah.
So it's best
just stomp them and throw the pieces away. That was my first thought too, but further research suggests we cannot do that. So that possibility, 1,000 years weaken it. Crystal souls hold the power to show the beast for 1,000 years. So once 1,000 years pass, the power should fail. It still should fail. This year may be the 1,000th year. In other words, it must be ready for the demon's return, even if the X-Knots fail. Well, let's roll then. So the demon gotta gather the crystal stars. Where's the next one at? Somewhere on Kill Key. Not too familiar with the place, but I've heard countless unsavory rumors. You know the usual stuff, fanciful spirits of hatred, evil curses, things. Oh, and just a normal YouTube comment section. The sea salt is down by the harbor no more. You should go there. Okay, but back to the. Oh, fucking finally!
I said I believe that quest. I later looked into it. It took until like chapter 5 for that.
No, apparently people have said if you do. Apparently the actual trigger for that was some unique battles. So people have said apparently if you just go fight a bunch of enemies as soon as you help Jolene, you can force that to happen. Apparently it's involved with battle, so people just forced it. Oh, I finished mine. That face. You found the vibes? Finish my other thought in a second. Well, it's certainly the vibes I was looking for on my yes. Not my sweet. Promise to hear me out without getting mad. I was the one who hit the badge. It was a little game of fun. I have to apologize. Stupid. Fucking.
Stupid mouse. Stupid mouser.
That's not the species in it. Oh. Wait, no, that is the. That on.
There were squeaks in the original.
It was a typo that turned into a translation error thing. They were little squeaks.
Because I believe the Japanese name of Mouser had chew in it, which is the Japanese onomatopoeia for.
Need to find it, my handsome cheese.
As brought up in the original, chew is the Japanese onomatopoeia for both a mouse squeaking, but also just kissing. Hence, all of this.
How's this trouble with you? Because should find lots of ads that way, don't you think? Now that reward, let's see. take the badge you managed to find, but I expect you to lead me to more. Let me formally say, enjoy the pleasure of my company. They are back to their correct species. They're little mousers. Miss Mowz has joined your party.
Because, like I said, I believe Mouser's Japanese name had a chew in it. Miss Mowz, the second worst party member in the game. The only reason I still think Vivian is a worse party member is because, like, there are a lot of things Vivian just cannot damage because they're immune to fire. Miss Mowz's basic attack is a defense-ignoring attack. Not because of this, it's really weak, but because it's defense-ignoring, I think she is very okay in very specific scenarios.
For dumb, sweaty reasons. For this whole other can of worms, Miss Mowz is one of the best party members in this game. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, how many of you agree with the point Curzon was making about being able to warp to pretty much any area you've ever been to in the game? I don't think that's inherently necessary, but if that was in the game, I wouldn't inherently mind that, because that would make backtracking to any area in the game far less obnoxious. But I do think the fast travel is fine enough, because there's almost no reason to backtrack to most areas in the game unless you're doing a lot of the troubles or some other miscellaneous cleanup. But I'm not saying that better fast travel would have been bad. I'm just saying that for the most part, you're never going to backtrack to most of the areas in the game, outside of a couple of instances, which I will agree are a bit tedious. Like what we're doing in this part, going to get the one badge is a bit of a waste of time, and I will never disagree with that point. But with that said, I do think Curzon is being a bit disingenuous and creating a false narrative that makes the game sound worse than it is, since you never really need to go back to most of the areas in the game. There is basically almost no reason to ever go back to a few of the areas that are a bit out of the way, unless you're going super out of your way to do a side quest, or maybe you're trying to grind for a badge drop. In that case, you would need to backtrack, and I'm not saying that certain side quests or badge drops are not valid. I just think Curzon is being a bit disingenuous, since you generally will not be going back to most of the areas that the backtracking does not really improve on. Like, you never really need to go back to Hooktail's castle outside of the two instances that we did. One for the up arrow and one for the Miss Mowz side quest. And realistically, you could wait a little bit and do both of those at once and save a trip if you were willing to wait just a tiny bit in order to basically get both. Because I'm pretty sure if you have both of those events running, you can basically get both things at once. At least I remember that being a thing you could do. So overall, I get his point, and I'm not completely disagreeing with his point because of the tedious amounts of backtracking for the up arrow and for the criteria that get you Miss Mowz, since you need that badge. Those things are a padded waste of time, and a quick warp would have solved a lot of problems, but even with things being a little bit slow, it only took around 15 minutes to get what I needed, and that's not too bad. Yes, it could be faster, but it's not like you're constantly coming back to Hooktail's castle. You basically have almost no reason to ever do that. And Carson will constantly call out people for creating a false narrative, and yet his pettiness makes him act like Thousand Year Door is worse than it is by making things sound worse than they are. But with that said, the backtracking for the up arrow and for the criteria that get you Miss Mowz, since you need the badge and you need to go up to Hooktail's room in order to find it, that is a waste of time. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.